Hello, I'm Helena from SBT Games and SBT Pop. And first of all, I'd like to ask, what was your relationship with the game before the show? Did you play it, or did you get more to know the game during the process of the show?
No, I started as a fan of the game. I'd played Fallout 3 for longer than I care to admit. It's a terrific game. And I had started playing it not because I really knew anything about it, other than that I just heard it was great. I was not familiar with the Fallout universe before that. I hadn't played the original games. And I was very struck by the tone of it. It's such a unique, dark, weird universe. And so my first exposure to it made a deep impression. I played all the way through that game. And years later, I had a chance to sit down with Todd Howard, who's the creator of that game, the creative mastermind behind that game and the other games that have followed. And we just hit it off immediately. And so we left that early meeting knowing that we were going to make something together.
How is your relationship with the game? Did you enjoy it before? Did you play it before the game?
I played the first game in 1997. It was my first year in college. Horrible old house in Edmonton, Alberta. We just 4 smelly guys and their 4 computers that we set up, mostly to play Team Fort Fortress, or TF2 or whatever it's called, which I was very good at. And then a friend named Josh Dean came by with a copy of Fallout 1, and he said it was from the guys who made Arena. We were all big Arena fans, and then almost no one in that house graduated from the University of Alberta. And maybe that was, maybe thank you, Bethesda, for that. I don't know. Actually, no one in that house graduated. That's crazy.
That's okay.
4 guys.
I mean, you're here right now, so.
Yeah, but you want to have a degree just in case,
Yeah, okay. And as a fan, what was the most funny and cool thing to work at the show as a fan of the game?
I think the creatures, right? So the Yaogwai, the Gulper. I think I've been lucky in my career. We've gotten to do all kinds of things, but making big, disgusting, scary creatures is something I'd never quite gotten a chance to do. And so working with incredibly talented special effects teams and visual effects teams to bring those to life was an awful lot of fun. I'm not sure if the actors had fun being fed into a lot of a giant creature with finger teeth, but I had a lot of fun. And that's really all that matters.
And in the series, you choose to spoil about that it isn't on the game. Why did you do that choice?
Sorry, how do you mean?
The Vault 33?
Yeah,
it isn't in the game.
Yeah.
Why did you choose this vault to explore in the show?
We wanted to create new stuff because that's what every iteration over the years of Fallout had been. Was, new people coming in and creating new stuff. And it meant that there's something for the old gamer, new surprises. And it just felt like a winning recipe. So we thought we'd continue that pattern because Fallout has never repeated itself. So why should we, I guess?
And the first episodes have a lot of music. I mean, the ones that we had chance to watch it. Was that a chance to make it more similar to the game? How was the selection of those musics?
I think the music is such an inherent part of the experience of playing those games. I think for people like me who are fans of the games, one of the ideas in the games is that it's not our America that ends in those games. It's not our world that ends. It's a different one, and it's one rooted in that kind of 1950s Eisenhower era America. And the music in that era is so beautiful. This is all before the Beatles. This is before the wall of sound. It's the ink spots. It's this incredible time machine back to the beauty of that music. And so we hopefully very faithfully held on to some of the greatest hits from the games, all while building out the score with my longtime friend and collaborator, Ramin, who's our composer. So music for me is always one of the biggest parts of anything we work on. And this was an amazing opportunity.
We watched the first 4 episodes,
cool.
And it has a lot of musics. How was the choice of those musics to play?
The idea was we have Ramin, who an incredible composer who did all of our more bespoke stuff, and then there are what they call needle drops, the songs that were just pre-existing songs dropped in. That was a big conversation. We tried to keep everything pre-Phil Spector in terms of the timeline of music, and luckily there's a huge library of music from the games that we used as well. But yeah, pre-Phil Spector. That was the take.
And you have already told me the coolest thing to work on the show, and what was the hardest one?
I think the hardest thing was, I think, 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 the hardest thing was, I think The hardest thing, I think, was the tone, getting that right. Working with Graham and Geneva, our showrunners. Geneva comes from the world of comic book movies like me, but Graham comes from the world of comedy, and finding that balance on set. I never really directed comedy before. We've always looked for lighter moments. You know, we know how to tell a joke, but the opportunity to be on set with these terrifically talented and gifted comic actors and having a chance to play. You know, usually we're so controlled about the way that, you know, I came up with my brother, you know, it's sort of the script is the script and that's what you do. With comic actors, they don't tend to stay between the lines. So you get a chance to play a little bit on set. So that was both frightening and kind of exhilarating for me as a director.
And if the fallout reality happens in the real life, how would you cope with that?
I wouldn't cope very well. I don't think I'd do very well. I think I'd just stay in the vault and cry
just
for
stay
a long
safe.
time. Yeah, potato chips and old movies.
I think I'll be there too. And how many seasons can we expect?
I'm going to say my same answer as last time. 1 billion seasons. That's up to Amazon and viewers and the planet to see if it can sustain that much television. But you know, you start with an ask and you say 1 billion. You go 1 billion. You hope that your dreams come true. Anything below that will be a huge disappointment. No. Yeah. We have a lot of story we'd like to tell. We also feel like we're going to, with our first season, we close it up as best we can. And just, you know, hope for success and hope that people want more.
What do you think will be the response of the fans for the show?
Every kind of response. I think we've seen just online reactions to every little frame. It's been all over the place. And that's part of the delight of this fan base, is that they don't agree on anything. They are broken into factions themselves. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
And you were a fan. What did you think was the most funny thing to work in the series, and what do you think was the hardest thing to do the series?
Well,
as a fan,
well, I honestly thought it's such a big, scopy world, and I primarily work in smaller budget television. So for me, every single shot was the hardest thing to me, because I was just I'm happy to have scenes take place in a coffee shop. And which you just walk in, you film, and it's fine. Every single thing was an undertaking, and it's super thrilling. And I hope people enjoy the work that it feels like thousands of crew members at this point have participated in. The contributions from everybody are just massive. So it's a huge amount of work, and I hope people enjoy it.
That was it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
SBT Games. Juntos no mesmo jogo.